Hey everybody, this is Phil from Zaid Comics, the writer and co-creator of Magic Cop, which is a graphic novel we're launching in August on Indiegogo. So you can see the poster back there. That's the cover by Pablo Romero for the graphic novel, and I am just one half of the two best-looking brothers in all of comics. And today we have some comic book news, big comic news, coming out from Ethan Van Sciver. But first, I do want to talk a little bit about Magic Cop. What's Magic Cop? Well, it is our 1980s Miami Vice story smashed with the fantasy of sword and sorcery and Halloween Town. It's a crime fantasy with monsters and magic. And if you guys haven't subscribed to our mailing list yet, you better do so, because that's how you get our free 12-page pilot issue. If you go down to zaidcomics.com, in the description below, just throw your email in there and you'll get a free issue, 12 pages of detective magic. So go on and do that. Let us know how you like it. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what the graphic novel is going to be about. So back to the news. Ethan Van Sciver, he is teaming up with Dynamite Comics to do some crossover covers with his character Cyberfrog. If you guys don't know EVS, he is a 26-year veteran of the comic book industry. He's worked for Marvel and DC, and now he is going on his own, doing some independent stuff, raising a bunch of money for his new book, Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the highest crowd-funded campaign for a comic, I believe. He's doing it through Indiegogo, so check that out. And I want to show you some of his art, because today, or yesterday, he just revealed his Trixie Kane Blood Reaper trading card. Now, Trixie Kane is another Comicsgate project. It is written by Nasser Rabadi, and well, let's take a look. So here's Trixie here, and here's Nasser. He's got almost $22,000 raised on here, and look at Trixie Kane. Now the story's pretty cool behind here. Nasser is a horror writer. He wrote Stardust, and he did, it's not out yet, but Brutus the Badass he did write, which is not technically horror. It's like a bounty hunter book. Really, really cool art. But Trixie Kane is basically, when she's a girl, her father's a vampire hunter, and his actions lead to Trixie's mother being killed by vampires in front of her. And now in present day, she is trained up to be a vampire hunter also, and figures out that her father, who she hates for his actions, is now captured by these vampires. And it's do I go and save him, or will my anger towards him make me not lift my hand to save him? So it's a really, really interesting concept. I love the logo, and the font is really cool, and this trading card is amazing. If you guys go and back Trixie Kane, I think the campaign's still open on demand on Indiegogo, and you get a physical copy. So you back and you get a comic book, not just the digital copy. You will get a one of these trading cards. I'm not sure if it's going to be colored right now, but man, it looks super cool in black and white, just like this. What a great artist. And this is EVS, and we're going to go over, and we see that Bleeding Cool did an article on this deal that Ethan made with Dynamite, and they're going to do some retailer exclusive covers. So what does that mean? If we go to the the page here, Bleeding Cool explains that it's not going to be Cyberfrog books in the stores. You'll actually, as they announced, the first one is Vampirella. It will actually be a Vampirella book. So for example, Vampirella number 25 will have a Cyberfrog team-up variant cover that you could pick up, and it'll be Cyberfrog and Vampirella on the cover. Ethan was actually streaming last night, and he was drawing it. He didn't show it. He was on Drawn and Quartered, but he was talking, and while everyone was drawing Vampirella in a celebration of this team-up cover. And so yeah, it's cross promotion. I think it's great, because fans of Dynamite and Vampirella that might not remember Cyberfrog from back in the day, they're going to see this and be like, oh, who's that? And then they'll look into it and see that Ethan's having this, this big campaign for a new Cyberfrog book, and it's a way to fall in love with the character over again. And for retailers, it's great too, because it's pulling people from the small community that don't really, they have gripes with what mainstream comics is now, and it's going to pull some Comicsgate, uh, you know, members into comic book shops to buy this Vampirella comic with Cyberfrog on it, because they want to collect all these Cyberfrog things. And it's not just Vampirella. Ethan hasn't said the other books that he's doing, but Dynamite owns a bunch of IPs. They have the Shadow, they have the Green Hornet, and just imagine these characters with Cyberfrog on it, and it's pretty cool. And they're, Vampirella is a really old character. I'm not super versed in what she does in the comics, but she's an iconic character that's striking. And when you see her or someone in her outfit at a convention, you're like, man, that's Vampirella. No doubt. So this opportunity is great for the retailers, Comicsgate fans, and mainstream comics fans, because it's a way that everything is coming together a little bit, and we're all reaping the rewards of it. You get cool art, and you get glimpses into different genres of comics that you wouldn't have. And I love how Ethan explained it on one of his streams. He was saying he wants to take characters like Vampirella and the Dynamite characters to make images, like covers or scenes, of how, if those heroes were in Cyberfrog's world, defending against this Hornet invasion, which is happening in his comic book that's coming out, and see how they would deal with that. So it's pretty interesting. Now, it says in the article that Ethan has inked Vampirella before. Vampirella and Shadowhawk crossover. And he's worked with the character before, which is really interesting, and to come back with that. So other talks, just overhearing Ethan talk, listening to his streams and stuff, he said that he wants to do a crossover cover with Billy Tucci's She. So She is another female badass character who was created in the 90s. She's like this samurai warrior chick, and I know Billy is coming out with a new She book in the near future, in a few months, so he has plans to do other crossovers in the future. So guys, I hope you liked this video. Really interesting. Maybe you didn't know who Cyberfrog was or Vampirella, but they're going to be on a cover together, and I can't wait to see what other crossover covers we're going to see Cyberfrog on with Dynamite, a great publisher. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, just do so right down there. It's so easy. Just click that button if you like what we're doing. We're trying to bring you some great entertainment and some info on our own comics. And hit that like button. It really helps us out. And if you guys don't want to miss a video, hit the notification button also. And thank you all for watching.